days before dinner. And you could have helped me with the stuff. Alex.
You excited for the big meeting today?
I just want to get back to work.
Joey McIntyre.
We want to be in the Joey Mac business.
Awesome.
With you on your own late-night talk show.
I can't believe you're gonna turn this down.
Who the hell's ever heard of the Comfy Channel?
I love the Comfy Channel.
I want to be an actor, not interview actors.
Take the job.
Welcome aboard. Joey Lawrence. What the I just found out they offered the talk show to Joey Lawrence first.
You weren't our first choice for new kids.
What's going on?
We're meeting with Joey Fatone. I don't know why they think you need a sidekick.
Sidekick?
I got something you're really gonna love. It's about security guards who fight over the affection of a sexy blonde.
January Jones?
Whoa, way too big. Thinking Tara Reid on this one.
Can you deliver?
Really, Joe? A talk show?
Yeah.
Your back-end participation will be significant.
I'd like to participate in that back end.
Ayo.
Now you want me to wear these hot pants?
We have a lot of exciting guests, but not all of them are Joey McIntyre. Trying to tell that to everybody.
That is the truth, though.
Oh.
Yeah, it really is. We're so happy to have you back at Bill today.
Yeah, it's good to be back. We haven't been in this new fancy studio here.
It's pretty good. What do you think? What do you think
It's
of the new
lovely.
digs?
I like it.
All right, you got
It's
a little
some serious real estate
Yeah,
here.
New York City street scene. This used to actually be a Tower Record, so very interesting. I know.
Moment of silence
Yes.
for records all around the world.
Exactly. Well, that's how you got started in the business, and
Yeah.
we're seeing you on television this time around, which is why you're here to chat about your new show,
Yes.
Return of the Mac.
Yeah.
Congratulations. The premiere is tonight on Pop TV.
Pop TV, yes.
Are you nervous? Do you get nervous about that kind of thing?
Well, we're kind of done. It's finished
Yeah.
now. But, yeah, I mean, you can't get too much tied up into, people watching. But, of course, that's the idea. You want people to watch. And you have a little bit of leeway because people watch things differently with DVR. And now, they get ratings from, like, a week out and that kind of thing. So, that kind of pressure you really can't control. But I am happy with, the TV show we made, so.
Okay, so the TV show, in it, you played an exaggerated version
Yeah.
of yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd like to think that I'm not as desperate as my character. But it is. I take from, I've been in the business for a while now, so I pull from the ups and downs and of that. And I hope anybody in any career can relate to the fact that sometimes, you have to say yes when you really want to say no. And sometimes that yes is a train wreck. And that's kind of what the show is about. But we do it with a lot of humor, and I have my family, and my wife is playing my wife, which is exciting, and she does a phenomenal job, and she stepped up and never acted before, so that was kind of exciting, too.
Yeah, what's been her reaction? Is she enjoying the acting side of things?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, we shot, it's 8 episodes, and it moved fast. But it was exciting. I think it was something different for her, obviously. She had to learn on the job, but I knew she was confident enough and smart enough, but it seemed like she, been doing it for a while. And it was nice to share the experience. When you have 3 little kids and you have, a lot of life, and then you come home, you have about 5 minutes to talk to your wife, and it's usually about your kids and their schedules. Sure. So the fact that we could share this experience and go through it together was pretty cool.
Did it bring you guys a little closer?
Sometimes.
Yeah, okay. Like any marriage,
Sometimes
right?
I was a little too opinionated about what she was doing. And but that was, no, it was cool. It was cool. It was very... it was a very special thing. And to have the kids there, they loved it. When we filmed at the house, it was our house. So they'd come down in the morning and there would be like a film crew in the audience. And excuse me, I'm looking at the audience. And the film crew was the audience in our house, really. And they loved it, like checking out the cameras and how a TV show gets made. So that was cool.
So they probably learned a little bit too, yeah?
I think so, yeah. I think so.
All right. So what about your wife now? She plays your actual wife in the show, and your exaggerated version of yourself.
Yeah.
For her, did she learn anything from you? Did you say, okay, well, here's a tip because I've acted before?
Yeah. Well, there's kind of a golden rule with actors. You're not supposed to give an actor another note. That's the director's job. And I kind of crossed the line a couple of times, but slowly I realized, like, wow, she's kind of like she's better than I am, frankly. She has that way of like, I think the real good actors like act with their eyes. They don't do much, and it's all in their eyes. And so my wife Barrett was just like there and present and calm and like communicating. And I'm sort of like, the whole show. I can't. I grew up in a very expressive household, so we use our hands a lot, and we're very expressive, which New Yorkers can relate to.
Right.
Go over here, it's right here. What are you talking about? Right there. So that's what I grew up with. So to calm down and just say my lines is a challenge sometimes. But Barrett was great with it. Sometimes she would ask, just tell me. It's okay. Tell me what you think I should do. And there were few moments that I was able to help her out. But for the most part, she was just great on her own.
Why did you decide to do a scripted show versus like a full-on reality show?
It's a big difference. I mean, I just, I love, creating and writing, and, I've written music and I've written some stuff myself, but this was the first time I produced and like co-created a show. So I just feel like as a viewer, I like watching scripted because I'm more along for the ride. I can disappear. I know reality is fun and people love it and they get away from things that way too, and they just enjoy it. But as an actor, I want it to be all in. And, even though I'm playing a version of myself, I had to put my ego aside, and be willing to be the butt of the joke for the good of the show. And I think in a scripted form, it was easier to do that.
Is it easy to be the butt of the joke? Because I've watched the first 2 episodes, and you're poking fun at yourself quite a bit.
Yeah.
There's a scene with a famous actress from Mad Men, January Jones. I don't know if I want to spoil anything.
Oh yeah, well all the guest stars are kind of out there.
Yeah, they're out there anyway. And there's your Please Don't Go Girl is playing in the background.
Yeah.
So was it easy to be like, I'm just gonna poke fun at myself, or did you weigh in on those ideas?
Well, I mean, the thing is like, it's easy to make fun of yourself when you're playing arenas. You know what I'm saying? When you're still incredibly successful and have the greatest fans in the world, and they allow you to poke, fun at yourself. When you have that support and that foundation, it's much easier to do that when I know the real deal. And also, as a person, I feel like, I've been through all those things, and I feel a little bit more comfortable with myself. So there's not that much at stake, and you can't really control what people think, unfortunately, right? I mean, no matter what you do, you hope you can make an impact or can maybe change people, or people can change you, but for the most part, you just got to do what you believe in. And to me, if it's funny, then it's worth it. If it's funny, then that's the idea. We're there to entertain people. So that's why I was willing to wear like a trapeze outfit in the first episode,
And it's funny.
And there's a rumor that's getting out, and I think unfortunately it's true. There's a leopard Speedo somewhere in the season. So I'm glad I waited to the sort of end of the season, so you'll have to wait.
Yes, you have to tune in every
week. Keep tuning
in.
I don't like the show, but I'm waiting for the Speedo. No, hopefully you love the show, and the Speedo will be a present for tuning in.
That's amazing. Donnie Wahlberg executive produced this alongside of you.
Yeah.
So, which is pretty cool to see. You guys have stayed close through the years. What does he add into the mix, and how do you work together?
Well, Donnie was the perfect executive producer. He was there when I needed him, and he wasn't when I didn't need him. He would stay out of my hair. No, he was very supportive. He and Jenny McCarthy introduced me to Paul Greenberg, writer who I co-created the series with. And, I've checked in with Donnie even without New Kids, on different career stuff. And he has a ton of experience, ton of success. But I remember checking in with him in real life years ago, and I asked him how do you do it? You know what I mean? I maybe came from an audition or something like that, and I didn't think he'd have this magical answer, but he said you got to take your lumps, and it was so simple, but it was pretty wise. But it was just no matter what you do, you kind of got to learn on your own. You kind of got to go with the ups and downs and take your hits and take your lumps. And it was great to, I knew when I had this idea, and I was with Donnie at the time, I said, what do you think of this idea? And we just kind of went from there. But throughout the series and shooting the show, I would check in with him periodically about different things because it's a big operation. You're dealing with the network and a studio and a production company, and you really want what you want, but you got to compromise. I'm not doing it in my backyard.
Yeah.
We shot it in my backyard, but
wait a second.
But
kind of.
I'm not. It's called compromise. It's called being an adult, and it's never too late to grow up.
That's the truth. That's the truth. I know. Well, New Kids on the Block aren't so new anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's
so. And you're 43 now, and like 44.
Thank you. 44.
44. Okay, 44.
Yeah, you gave me another year.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. So you're 44 now, and you got your start when you were 13. Really.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was 12 when I joined,
Yeah.
but the first hit we got when I was 15.
Yeah, so it's been a long time in that case. And then you've known Donnie, so I'm sure you can rely on him for that type of thing. And that's what plays out in the show too, which
we
is
have
great.
fun with that. Yeah, I call him a lot during the show with these crazy ideas or get me out of this thing, and he always seems to find a way to get me out of it or not get me out of it. But we come up with these funny sayings and have fun, and Jenny was, in a bunch of the episodes too, and so it was fun.
They're just one or two of the guest stars on the show. By the second episode, we see Joey Lawrence.
Which
plays out hilariously.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I think he's seen as like the all-American boy, super nice, and I've been friends with him for a while, and I've seen the other side of him, and I was so excited to bring the other side of him into the show, and it was he's super funny, super quick, very talented. Joey Fatone and Chris Kirkpatrick are in the show, and they are phenomenal and really stepped up for me. Aisha Tyler, who's hilarious. His character, but Dave Keckner is a hilarious, funny comedian who came up big for us. Scott Foley came in. So we have a lot of great guest stars.
That's great. Okay, so I want to go back to the show, but before that, New Kids on the Block coming out with a new EP May 12th, I believe, right?
12th,
yeah.
1 month away.
So we've already heard one of the tracks so far.
That applause was bigger than my show's applause, but that's okay. I understand. Nah, I'm kidding.
Who's counting, though, right?
Yeah.
Who's counting?
I measure every decibel. No.
Well, you can't deny it. The love for New Kids on the Block is so strong, and that's that the passion's still there.
Yeah.
So what can we expect on this EP? It's just 4 tracks, right? Four or five songs.
Five.
Okay, 4 or 5
6
songs.
if you get it at Target, but
Yeah.
anyway,
The bonus.
The little
Someone's
plug.
already.
It's true. I'm not trying to plug. It's true.
So the sound on this, what can we expect? I've heard the first single.
Yeah, first single is One More Night, and people seem to be excited about that, and we're happy with the response. And I think this is our last album had a kind of a Euro vibe to it, and the producers were from Europe, and it was a little bit more clubby Euro, which was fun. It was a different sound for us. This is, I feel like, a little bit more return to our R&B roots, and it was great. I mean, we didn't have time to make a whole album, but we wanted to make some new music for the tour, and it's always fun for us to get into the studio and make records, and we're super grateful. Just like the EP is called Thankful, and if the gratitude that we have, it's easy to get emotional about it, but we're family. We're family. Us and our fans are family. We've been through a lot together, and because of them, we're not going anywhere. So we're excited about the tour and excited about the new record.
That's great. Well, I know the fans are too. So the tour that we keep alluding to is not just New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
It's Boyz II Men
Oh,
and
no.
Paula Abdul.
Yeah, we got a package. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I know, it doesn't kick off for a little bit, but what can we expect on the road with these guys? You're familiar with Boyz II Men already.
I mean, I'm interested. I want to know what to expect too. You got any ideas? No. I mean, I'm excited to, from a fan standpoint, just Boys to Men, we toured with them a few years ago. They're amazing on stage, hilarious backstage. Paula Abdul hasn't toured for like 25 years, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
And, she has a high bar. I know she's going to put on a great show. And then for us, we like to mix it up, and we start with little seeds of ideas and we have a new stage and it's very interactive. It's, our shows are as much about the audience and our fans as it is about us. And so it's always really a priority to figure out how we're going to, include the fans and make it a, interactive experience. And we're excited. It's going to be dope. No question.
I like it. Well, you're very familiar with your fans. You go on the cruise each year with them.
Oh, yeah.
So what's in store for the cruise? We got some cruise fans in the audience, or cruisers, I guess I would call it.
Yeah.
What's in store for the next cruise, and how do you try to change it up a little bit?
Themes, yeah. Well, we have, we're like we get on email and we're like 5, I'm going to say old men. Like, we can't say old ladies anymore, you know what I mean? You can't say you play like a girl, because that's old news anymore, right? Because girls kick ass. We know that by now. It took us forever to figure that out. But I want to say we're like a bunch of old ladies when we're talking about the themes, but we're a bunch of old men, say. Okay, you get the idea. Anyways, it means a lot, you know what I mean? Like, we want to make every cruise special and different. We're going on our 9th year. We have theme nights every night. We have, 2 concerts. We have solo events, and of course, it's selfie mania. I think we should just do selfies with everybody and forget about the group pictures, right? That would take so long, though. In the beginning, and then done. Do it in the beginning, and you wouldn't want another selfie for the rest of the cruise? You're a liar! You lie! You lie! You'd still be walking around like, Joe, hi, hello, thank you. No, it didn't come out right the last time. Oh, man.
It's true.
No, I think so, maybe. We'll see. I think like little selfie booths. Actually, I'm going to bring this box, and you can come in, step in. That's kind of brilliant, isn't it? It just takes too much time to get in the box. We'll work it out. We're going to figure something out. Donnie apparently wants to take a selfie with everybody on the boat this time. So I think I'll just be right next to him and get it over with. Okay, that's what I think so. What? John runs away? Jordan runs away! I thought I was the runaway guy. Jordan, stop running away, Jordan. No, you know what he does? It was kind of slick. He'll wave. Hey. Just kind of ignore the fact that you're asking for a selfie. Be like, hi. I don't know what I do. I know. I just complain about it. I do it, but I complain about it. Yeah, okay.
Here we are shaping the cruise right here.
Exactly.
Right here on the build
asked.
stage, right?
We're working it out.
Yeah, working it out. Now you got to email the old men, the other 4 old men.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
But it never gets old for you guys? I mean, here you are interacting with the fans that you feel like they become like family in a way. Does it ever feel...
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
Just like family.
But you got emotional earlier a little bit. When you get emotional, what makes you feel emotional?
No, it happens. It creeps up on you. You know what I mean? Because you get to do what you love to do. You know what I mean? And with people you love and people you've grown with and people you learn from. And I know that that we kind of represent a getaway for people. And the older you get, you realize that those getaways are important. Life is big and life is complicated, and sometimes we just have to get stupid and silly and crazy and fun, and to play a part in people's lives like that is really special.
And even more so, I was talking backstage to one of the crew members here who said that she grew up in Poland, listened to your music, and learned English that way. by listening to Step by Step. And she said, that's the reason why I want to move.
If a girl's in her way, she always says, please don't go, girl.
It was actually Step by Step.
It was weird, like a waitress will come by and she'll say, please don't go, girl. More coffee, please. That's cool.
It's cool, though. But do you hear those types of stories that still impact you today?
Yeah. When you think about like around the world stories or like, you know, I remember there was, I think John like tweeted a photo of a girl in Africa with a New Kids t-shirt on. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that when you can like break through like, you know, countries and borders and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, it's really important, and you know, music is universal, and it's one language, and again, yeah, there's a lot of amazing things about this thing called New Kids on the Block.
That you probably couldn't imagine that you've been together longer in this new iteration in a way, right? Than you were originally, since you took that break. That break was probably a good thing for you guys to do.
Oh, it was quintessential. People say, how did you do it? Well, take 15 years off first. Yeah. And then your fans will be good and ready to come back. That's what happened.
It's like you miss what you can't have, right?
Yeah,
so, right?
I guess
That's part of it, too. Well, okay, we have a few questions from the crowd before we let you go. Oh, well, let's see. Do you have a microphone? I'm not sure. Yes? Okay, who's first? Okay, we got one there.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi.
I just wanted to know how you balance your career and your home life.
I put my family in my TV shows. That's one way to do it. You know, you know, New Kids, it's a year-long thing, but we were only away for, you know, so long. Same thing with the TV show. I'm super lucky to, you know, have the time to be with my kids. And anybody who has kids, you know, you don't need too much time with them. Just enough. No, I'm kidding. Love you guys. I love you. I miss you, and I'm coming home. No, I'm very lucky. You know, I know there are parents that have to work 2 or maybe 3 jobs. You know, juggle a lot of stuff. So I'm super grateful to have plenty of downtime with them, and it seems to work out. So, yeah.
We're going to take our next question from an online viewer.
Okay.
So Lee would like to know, is there any chance we'll see you on the Broadway stage again in the future?
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down. I can't play Winthrop anymore, but from The Music Man. Anyways, I hope so. My wife's from New York. And I lived here, put my years in New York here, and was able to do Broadway and off Broadway, and it was amazing. And I am getting itchy, but damn, it's expensive here. Yo, and plus you get to move for what you get. You get a yard in L.A. That yard becomes 3 rooms. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we are getting very itchy to move back east, and we'll see what happens.
All right. The next, right there.
Hi.
Congratulations on your show.
Thank you.
Cool. What are some of your favorite shows? What do you have the box sets of at home?
Ooh, that's a good question. My favorite show is Silicon Valley. I think it's so funny and just so dry, and it just cracks me up. I could watch it all day long. It's funny because our show is on Wednesday nights, and Wednesday nights is 3 of my wife's favorite shows. And I just told her that. I said, you can't watch them anymore. You have to. But no, Blackish, The Goldbergs, and what's the other one on Wednesday? The Middle? Yeah, maybe. Different network. I should be naming CBS shows. Blue Bloods. Big Bang Theory. Silicon Valley is my favorite right now. Yeah.
Great. Another the next.
Hi, Joe. Right here.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Wanted to ask you, why now? Why are you doing this show right now? What made this time arrive?
Well, I was on a show and it got canceled. And I said, I better get back to work. I don't know. I mean, I think I have the experience finally. I mean, but I learned a lot on the show. I mean, the biggest thing I learned, though, is like ask for help. It's so simple, right? It's like stuff, but you got to go through stuff to get to the simplicity of it. And you know, I asked for help. I asked Donnie. I asked, I put myself out there to the network and the studio, and you got to compromise. But I felt like I was ready to go for it. I had the experience, and you don't know you have something in you until you try. I didn't particularly think I could, write a pilot or a script until no one else was doing it for me. So I started writing it, and it was pretty good, and people, it was well received. So, yeah, it just kind of worked out that way, and it is kind of a wild ride, but, it's a lot of people trying to make TV shows, so I'm grateful for the chance to do it, and, we'll see what happens, but first season's been pretty fun.
Great. We have another question here.
We're grateful for you. So my original question was asked. So my next question is, can you please wear the purple suit on the cruise again?
Oh, my God.
Please.
Oh, cowboy night. Well, I'm glad AOL doesn't have a screenshot of that yet. So it was Purple Night, right? It was Purple Night. It was kind of dedicated to Prince. And so, those suits, it started in Vancouver at hockey games, actually. There's suits that are just what do you call it? Nylon, Lycra tight thing. And it's got a zipper in the back, so it's all kind of clear in the front. And so I surprised everybody. Because I had a regular outfit, and then I changed, and I came out on the Lido deck, and we have a party there every night, and it's madness. And Donnie was up there, and no one knew it was me in this thing. No one knew. They might have had an idea, but no one knew. And so I did this crazy erotic, I can't even say it's homoerotic. It was everything erotic. It was pretty wild. I was hiding in that suit. Yeah, skin tight. And I did it to Nikki on Prince's Purple Rain album, and then the reveal was, and then I zipped it and I pulled it down, and everyone saw it was me, and it was a good reveal. It was a good reaction. It was a good reaction.
How do you top that?
No, and the answer is no. That was a long way to get to no. Hi.
Hi, Joe. I'm Kelly.
Hi.
I can't wait to see you on tour a lot this summer.
Thank you.
Multiple shows.
Thank you.
Question for you.
Yeah.
On Instagram and Twitter sometimes, you write a lot of sometimes longer messages. You're a very good writer, have a very good, strong viewpoint. Yeah. Have you ever thought about writing a book or columns or that kind of thing? 'Cause I think your voice is something that's very interesting and very intellectual, and it's different.
Thank you very much. Writing a book is different, though, I think. That takes a lot of practice. Maybe some people are just naturals too, but I think for the most part, you have to write every day to be a good writer. In book form, anyways. As far as the blog thing, I enjoy it when I'm engaged. Maybe I get a little too distracted, but I appreciate the encouragement, and it is nice to, connect that way. And when I do it, I just don't do it enough. And then you also have to, risk disagreeing with someone, which is kind of hard. But I try to do it in a way that's inclusive and done from as much kindness as possible and more of an open exchange. So. I don't know.
Amazing way to end. Thank you so much for that. And Joey, thanks for coming today.
Fun.
Check it out tonight, 8:30, Pop TV, Return of the Mac.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.